Пані та панове, зараз представляємо вашій увазі поєдинок у категорії до 73 кілограмів. Зустрічайте, представник України Максим Drobotenko!
Take a look at the tail of the tape between these two youngsters, folks. Another Ukraine versus Ukraine matchup here. Maxim Drobotenko, 18 years old, set to take on Rostislav Melniciuk of Ukraine. This one has 73 kilos. Well, there you have it. Take a look, folks. Everything in this arena, the detail that they've put in to making this place look amazing is nothing short of spectacular. Take a look at the stage, the way the lights are shining, the big screen behind Maxim Drobotenko, the stage, the seats, the walls, everything in this arena. They've done such a great job, such a good setup here. And now all Maxim Drobotenko has to do is step inside the ring and win.
Пані та панове, представляємо його суперника. У червоний кут рингу викликається представник України. Зустрічайте, Ростислав Melniciuk!
Hey, you're my squad head bangers, street sweepers, bad manners. Profit shitting on redundant rap and bad grammar. Technological and anatomical anomalies. Leave your ears, body, resurrect your mind. Follow we trap big demons, auras of a phoenix. Heart in every syllable, so overstand we mean it. Hit you every shot, relieve you, purify the cleanest. Real to the touch, but in the clutch, bring a genius. Nowadays, everybody wanna spit the meanest. Coaches in our veins like we injected intravenous. Escape from the bricks, now we stirring up shit. Keep it rhyming with the beeline, smoking on the greenest. Culture in our veins like we injected intravenous.
Пані та панове, зачитуємо статистику бійця у синьому куті рингу. Йому 18 років, зріст 175 сантиметрів, вага 73 кілограми. Боєць, який тренується в Миргороді у клубі Миргород Джим. Пані та панове, вітаємо! Максим Drobotenko! Статистика бійця у червоному куті рингу. Йому 22 роки, зріст 180 сантиметрів, офіційна вага 73 кілограми. Представник Запоріжжя, українець Ростислав Melniciuk! Формат поєдинку 3 раунди по 3 хвилини з можливим додатковим екстра раундом за правилами К1. Рефері в ринзі Ефім Олег.
No clinching, no elbow. After stop, no action. Okay? I want to sit and fight. Good luck. First round, time. Fight.
And we're underway, 73 kilos in the debut of FIA Kickboxing in Odessa, Ukraine. Boy, there's an uncanny kind of a feeling as you're walking around here in Odessa. It is a seaside resort, kind of a town. Lots of people on vacation, lots of people relaxing, taking it easy.
Guys.
Not these guys. Completely different atmosphere here inside this arena than outside of it. And I can tell you that normally in these kinds of places, especially older buildings like this, it's like a sweat box in here, but they keep it nice and cool and air conditioned in here, and that makes it a lot easier to fight. A lot of times when you're in a hot country like this, or it's summertime, makes it a lot more difficult to train, to fight in the heat. But not today. Look at these two guys. They look very, very similar physically. They're both tall guys, long legs. Officially, there's a 5 centimeter height difference between these two guys, but I really don't see it now that they're eye to eye.
Fight.
Now really mixing it up here. Ooh, that right hand really found a home very nicely for Drobotenko.
Stop.
Simultaneous knees on the inside by
Fight.
both gentlemen. That one backed him up into the corner. One minute remaining now in this opening contest. Well, this is a tough one to score this round because most of these shots are being blocked. They're not landing cleanly. They're catching the arms. They're landing on the shoulders. They're bouncing off the gloves. And it's hard to score that because when you look at the scoring criteria in FIA, number 1 is knockdowns. Haven't seen any of those. Number 2 is cumulative damage, which is going to play heavily into this one. Spectacular techniques, not a whole lot of those. And normal scoring techniques, those are the 2 criteria I'm looking at right now. Cumulative damage and number of normal scoring techniques, but because not a lot is landing cleanly, makes it very difficult to be a judge.
Stop, guys.
End of round 1.
Like we injected intravenous, escape from the bricks. Now we stirring up shit. Keep it rhyming with the beeline, smoking on the greenest. Culture in our veins like we injected intravenous. Rhyming with the baseline, smoking on the greenest. Smoking on the greenest.
Time. Fight.
Round number 2 underway. Both guys swinging a lot harder in there now. You can feel that the intensity has really picked up here in round number 2.
Stop.
Looks like they're doing a lot of what they were doing in round number 1, only this time they're doing it like they mean it.
Stop. Fight.
I like the way Melniciuk is staying right on top of him. He's not letting Drobotenko dictate where this fight is going to take place. If he moves left, then he moves left. His opponent moves right, he moves right. He stays right in the center of the ring, closing the gap, and then moves in on him just like that.
Stop. First warning. No clinching. Fight.
Again, Melniciuk
Stop.
cutting down the ring,
Fight.
moving in. Seems like he's really wanting to set the pace here in round number 2 and dictate where this fight is going to be and how it's going to take place, and he's doing a good job of that so far. Drobotenko is more aggressive here in round number 2, but he's taking a lot more damage in the meantime. That one bounced off the back of the head.
Fight.
Did not have bad intentions on it, though. A stray punch, we'll chalk it up to. Good shot there. That little right hook there landed on the chin. Has his man in the corner here. I think the only thing that Melniciuk really needs right now is a very powerful combination to land very cleanly and take away a little bit more energy from Drobotenko. He's doing a fantastic job here in round 2. He's owned round number 2 almost. Drobotenko needs to do something here to turn the tables because Melniciuk is feeling much too comfortable in there right now.
Second caution. No clinching. Fight.
Closing seconds.
Stop.
And that'll do it for round 2. Take another look, folks, at round 2 action here from the FIA World Grand Prix in Odessa. I thought that round 2 very solidly went to Rostislav Melniciuk of Ukraine, but I don't have a scorecard in front of me. Only got my notes and my microphone, and so I don't make those decisions.
Final round. Time. Fight.
Final round.
Round 3 underway here. And it looks like more of the same here from Melniciuk. Ooh, he caught him with a right hook, though.
Fight.
Drobotenko needs to interrupt the fluidity of his opponent. He needs to get in there and make things uncomfortable. If that means he needs to make it a dirty fight, then so be it. But he needs to do something to change what's happening here right now. Needs to do something to make Melniciuk double think what he's doing here, question himself, and turn the tide of this fight.
Stop. Fight.
Needs to get off first as well, too. Melniciuk is getting off first almost every time they clash. And it looks like he wants to increase his aggressiveness in there, but doesn't seem to be going his way.
Fight.
Half the time gone by in this third and final round.
Stop.
Very similar to what we saw in round number 2. These two just a few kilos over the 71 kilogram weight division, the lightweights. And keep in mind, folks, we will be seeing a 4-man World Grand Prix tournament later this evening in the lightweight division to decide the first ever FIA lightweight champion. Furkan Karabağ of Turkey will be taking on Konstantin Rusu in a semifinal matchup, as well as Shora Akopyan of Belarus and Stanislav Kazantsev of Ukraine squaring off in another semifinal matchup. The two winners will compete tonight in the finals to decide that championship bout. Also, another thing to keep in mind is that Rusu, who's in the tournament, is also the owner of the welterweight title, which he won last year here in KOK. excuse me, in FIA. He's also the KOK welterweight champion as well.
Fight.
Nice exchange there by these two gentlemen, and a knee that landed square in the back.
Fight.
End of round 3. We go to the cart.
My squad headbanging, street sweepers, bad manners. Profit shitting on redundant rapping, bad grammar. Technological and anatomical anomalies. Leave your ears, body, resurrect your mind. Follow me, trap doom demons. Overs of a phoenix. Haunting every syllable, so overstay we need it. Hit you every shot, will leave you purified the cleanest. Real to the touch, but in the clutch, bring it genius. Nowadays, everybody wanna spit the meanest. Coaches in our veins like we injected intravenous. Escape from the bricks, now we stirring up shit. Keep it grounded with the beeline, smoking on the greenest. I'm smoking on the greenest.
І перемогу у цьому двобої рішенням суддів отримує боєць червоного куту рингу Ростислав Мельничук.
Well, I think that's the right decision. I thought Rostislav Melniciuk won that fight very solidly. Good decision victory for Melniciuk in his FIA and professional debut.